boys. Wanted to talk a little bit today about female responsibility and getting it and not getting it. And I hear it all the time, and I do it myself. I make the mistake of just looking up sometimes and going, I just don't think they get it. I don't think the women get it. And then the truth is they don't have to get it. Responsibility is something that is forced on people. Responsibility is something that if you need responsibility for survival in this world, you'll take responsibility. That's like if I need to feed myself, I'll have to go out and feed myself. But responsibility with women is generally, I'll put it this way, if daddy's filling up the gas tank every day, why would a woman know the price of gas? She wouldn't know the price of gas. And that's just the truth. Now we can take that with a lot of things with women. The price of rent, the price of a telephone bill, the price of a gas or electric bill, I'm sure they do not know. The simple economics of running a household. We often hear that, bitch is just spending money like crazy. I can't make her stop spending money. That's right, you can't, because it's all free. There's no economics to it. There's no consequences for not having. And you can always tell a girl that's been raised in a poor neighborhood or a poor environment, because she gets it. She may say she doesn't get it, or she may still act like a female, a normal female, and she may even be more hypergamous, but she gets it. She gets the price, the value of $1. She knows the price of gas. She knows the price of electric. She knows the price of housing. Now, these are the ones that's kind of scary. These are the Walt girls we talk about. Who's going to get somebody put up a little thing about who's going to get to the dollar bill, the $100 bill first, and the Walt, the Tradcon, and then two other girls. The Walt's going to get to the $100 bill first from a man. That was kind of a cute, I think, somebody for putting that up. The Nawalt's going to get there first, and the Nawalt is the one that's posing, that's going, oh, I don't quite understand. I don't get. No, she gets it 100%. She's just lying, and she's manipulating, and it's all about manipulating, and that's what I just had a conversation with Universal Studios 13. I love my viewers. I love when they leave comments, and sensible comments too. He says it's not about getting it or not getting it with a woman. It's all about manipulation, and that's what it's about. And that's what it is about. It's about manipulation 100%. And we can look at them, and whether they get it or they don't get it doesn't matter, because the end game is they're going to get something from you. And that's what they've been taught by their mothers, by society, by 200 years of Tracon Nation running this thing, and the special little girls get the gifts. Yes, the special little girls get the gifts, and that's what they know, and that's what they run on. So asking a woman to be responsible sometimes, now that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know how to explain it. There's not enough words or duct tape to duct tape those words to her in the world that could explain to a woman responsibility. Because unless you've ever been extremely poor or extremely needy, you don't get it. I wanted to stop here for a second, and there's a passage in a book that I was reading, and we in the West, we think we're flowing into this more developed society. And when I look at feminism, and I look at traditional economies, I often think that we're not flowing into a more integrated technological society. I think feminism is trying to pull us back into this traditional society. And when I read books like this is Equality, the Third World of Economic Delusion. It comes under a footnote. If you type in Wealthy Women Economic Delusion, you'll get this book pulled up. And they've got some good things to say, and it's a study about Nigerian society and their traditional society comparatively to what we think about in the West, and how women think about wealth. And I'll just read a couple lines of this. It is important of these characteristics in primitive and traditional societies, and intergenerational flow of wealth is overwhelmingly from the children to the parents. Now, this is the way they think about it. And more generally from the younger to the older generation, the contributions of the children who work in the fields or in the household exceed the cost of maintaining them. We've talked about that before. The young continue to be net contributors to the elders until they are set up on their own. Indeed, they often contribute even after leaving the household or compound, especially by supporting their relations. The young do not resent the system because they know that if it's going to turn, and they'll be supported when they grow old. The participants adopt and accept a long-term horizon, because there is a long-term horizon, rather than in our society there is no long-term horizon. For instance, young women frequently refer to the need to have many children, and even grandparents who support them when they grow old. When the intergenerational flow of wealth is coming from the young to the old, it is an economic advantage to have many descendants and young collateral relatives. These systems conduct a system of high fertility, and higher incomes and more urbanization will not by themselves reverse the intergenerational flow of wealth to bring upon the demographic transition. They start talking about urbanizing these traditional societies, and then you get a very what I see right now is what we're doing. You get these these urban areas that rely on the traditional economy, and then there's a little bit of a disconnect between traditionalism and the traditional economy. Now we don't live on a traditional economy anymore, but feminism is trying to pull us back into the thought of that traditional economy, and it becomes very confusing sometimes where exactly we fall on the scale when we start seeing these overlaps in our economy and real traditional economies. Trying to explain to her why she could pitch in on the bills is useless, because she doesn't get it, because she throws it back that I'm a bad dad. She uses code red shaming on me. I'm a bad dad somehow because I would like to go out once in a while, or I like to do these things that I would like to party a little, and I'm a little old, but I like to do those things. And but most females, when they look at their fathers, the fathers are the the progenitors of the problem here. We are gonna pay 100% of the bills, and just go do what you want to do, because nothing in the world is worse than a upset little girl. They can be terrifying. They as much as you think they love you, that's all. They'll love you after you're dead, probably. It's like men are like a piece of art to women. Greg Becker was talking about that the other day. Men are like a piece of art to women. They'll only appreciate you after you're dead, and then you get all the accolades at your funeral service. I've seen this hundreds and hundreds of times in my life. Every funeral I go, what a good man he was. He did everything that Tredcon Nation wanted from him. And at the end, he gets his accolades. But we've seen with the recent Robin Williams thing, they're probably saying terrific things about him right now. But did any one of those single people worry about his happiness? Did any one of those single people worry about his happiness? Because I could tell you one thing for sure, and one thing for certain in my life, and probably Robin Williams' life too. If one single person worried about his happiness, he wouldn't be dead right now. if one single woman or one single male was on his side. So all those people saying all those things are a bunch of freaking hypocrites. And I've seen this hypocritical stance over the grave of men more times than I care to talk about. What a good man he was while he's laying there dead early. Did this with my father. My father worked himself to death, died of industrial chemical poisonings. Everybody said what a good man he was. But no one cared enough about him during his life to tell him he's going to work himself to death. And we see this so often with men, and it's so important to Mgtow for men to get a little red pill, just a little red pill. That's all we're asking, is men to take a little red pill. If 100% of men in this country took a little bit of red pill, this whole thing would change immediately. But trying to explain to them what's going to happen to them during a lifetime of generally buying into women that don't feel they have any responsibility, that will kill you, and it will kill you. You'll be a hard death at the end. So female responsibility is probably should be the biggest subject, but I rarely hear about it talked about, and the MRA and trying to explain. I think what was that? Tealman, the Tealman lady girl. I can't remember her nickname. One of the honey badgers was talking about female responsibility. Called trying to explain it, and I think she even beat her head against a wall trying to do that, and it becomes a non-issue after you beat your head up against a wall and try to explain to these other females why responsibility and why just reciprocal altruism in relationships is so important, because they're not going to get it, because they're taught by society from a very young age. Hell, I was watching a kids TV program just this morning with a young man that's staying with me right now, and it was some Tiger Paws or something like that program, and I'm looking at this, and the hero's a man, the person doing something really stupid, which rode out into the ocean with a boat, with a cat and a chicken, and got caught in a storm, and to come to the rescue with these paws. I can't remember exactly what you call them, and these children, and one had a fire engine, and one had a bulldozer, all tools of utility. One was a police officer, one had a helicopter, and the one had a helicopter, and I thought this was interesting. The female had a pink travel van that turned into a helicopter for a rescue, but there was another rescue one, a male, that was more in a utilitarian sense of a bulldozer or something to work, like generally police officers, a job. Flying around in a pink helicopter is not really a job. No, the other one was a rescue EMT, and had some kind of flying instrument of a savior for women. And from a young age, you can sit down and you can watch these things in the morning if you ever get some time, and start picking it out and send them through a red pill lens, and you'll start seeing that they're taught to be very irresponsible from a young age, that the male utility is what's going to save them all the time. They're taught that the male utility from day one in school is what the policemen, the firemen, the EMT, all these the army character, the helicopter character, the bulldozer guy. This is gonna save them in their lives when they float that boat and lose the paddles and do something stupid like take a child and a chicken. That's what it was, a child and a chicken out in a boat. But that's what they're taught. Oh, it'll be okay, because in a cartoon, that character just so happened to be the mayor, and she was a woman, and she keeps doing stupid things over and over and over. It was just ridiculous. Why? And I'm looking at the young man, and I'm thinking about this, and why are you teaching our young men this? And why? And the bigger thought was, why are you teaching our females this? Hollywood's teaching our females irresponsibility from the beginning. The special princesses can do anything they want, and there's going to be male utility there to save her. So, if she never has to put gas in a car, she's not going to know the price of gas. And that's all I wanted to talk about today. Thanks a lot, man.